Developing Global Sustainability Systems. One Community Weekly Progress Update, number 699.
One Community is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are creating open source and free shared blueprints and resources, tools and tutorials, and do-it-yourself instructions for highest good living. Creating solution models that create additional solution creating models in the service of all life on this planet. This includes highest good approaches to food, energy, housing, education, for-profit and non-profit business creation, society, and earth stewardship.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of One Community's Weekly Progress Update. My name is Jay, and this is our August 10th, 2026 edition. And today I want to talk about developing global sustainability systems. Because everything that you see happening in the background of this video are the open source global sustainability system components that One Community is developing. Because I think if you're somebody that's paying attention right now, you recognize that humanity is currently not living sustainably and is facing some pretty huge challenges because of that. And it's time for a comprehensive solution. I think that humanity has applied a whole bunch of band-aid type approaches to the greatest challenges that humanity is facing right now. Things like homelessness, food insecurity, lack of quality education, social injustice and inequality, crime, poverty, these kinds of things. And the solution to all of those is a comprehensive one built on a foundation of radical, comprehensive sustainability, designed so it's open source, can be implemented anywhere in the world, and intended to create the world that we know is possible. And when I talk about that, what I mean is I think most people realize that we already have the technology and resources capable of meeting the needs of every person on this planet. We have the technology and ability to create a world that is sustainable, that is built on sustainable energy, that provides food that is not sprayed with poison, that is building living structures that are not built with carcinogenic and toxic materials, and that creates a culture of growth founded on a highest good education program that takes the best of all the best education programs in the world and puts them together and implements it in a way that is applicable and accessible to everyone. That's modifiable, adaptable, open source and free shared so that it can continue to evolve and to improve to meet the diverse needs of humanity across the world, different values, different goals, but built on that foundation of sustainability so that it's something that can last, so that it's something that will be there for generations to come, that is giving more than it's taking. And so developing global sustainability systems for One Community is about that. It's about how do we create that so it's easy enough, affordable enough, and attractive enough so that the idea will spread its own. And everything you see happening in the background of this video is how we're doing that. The way that we're developing global sustainability systems is we're taking the foundations, the physical foundations of sustainability, which I think everybody's familiar with. They're food, energy, and housing. I already referenced those. And we're combining them with the emotional foundations of sustainability, what we like to call highest good approaches to fulfilled living, education, economics, and stewardship. And we're putting all those things together to create teacher demonstration communities, villages, cities, and hubs that will teach other people how to develop these and evolve these and create these and share them as well. And we're open sourcing and free sharing it to make it as easy as possible, as modifiable and as adaptable as possible, and making every single component so it can be implemented as either the complete component, like highest good food, highest good energy, highest good housing, or all the little individual components that fall underneath that. So people that aren't interested in necessarily building a sustainable community could still build a sustainable guest house. So people that aren't necessarily interested in growing food for 100 people could still grow something locally that they can't buy in their grocery store that is fresher, that is more nutritious, and they're sure is not sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides, so that they know that they're eating the healthiest food possible, as one example. Or the education program would be another example. Our open source education program is built on the most revolutionary education models in the world, which are Montessori, most people are familiar with that one, Waldorf, but also Reggio, Orff, 8 Intelligences, Study Tech, and several others to create the best education program possible, taking the best of the best. And we're doing the same thing for food, energy, housing, even the social architecture and recreation model, but the education, economics, the stewardship, all of this is to look at, since we have the technology, to create a world that works for everyone, to create a thriving, abundant world where people are eating the healthiest food, where we're protecting our air, land, and water, where we are living lives that are focused on growth and development and making a positive difference in the world versus just struggling day to day in a job that we may not enjoy, with a huge commute and eating low quality food, living in a home that's giving us cancer, and producing energy from means that are not sustainable, that are polluting our air, our water, and our entire environment. All these different things, like, we have the ability to do something different. And so one community said, okay, well, if we have the technology to solve these problems, why don't we take the best of the best and put it all together in one place and show people what is really possible? And so we're developing global sustainability systems in each of these foundational areas. So there's a system for food, a system for energy, there's a system for housing, there's a system for society, there's a system for education, economics, and stewardship. All of these have their own system, but you put them all together and you have one community. One community is designed to demonstrate what is possible when you put all of these things in one place and you open source and free share that as a teacher demonstration, community, village, city, or hub designed to teach other people how to create additional teacher demonstration communities, villages, cities, and hubs, building a global cooperative of people coming together with shared values and interests to create a truly unique living experience that most people consider to be far superior to the way they're living right now, and open sourcing and free sharing it so that people around the world that are interested in something like this, that like the idea of having control over their own lifestyle design and knowing for sure that their food is grown without pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides and is the healthiest, freshest that they can get, knowing for sure that their home is built without toxic materials and that it's not going to be carcinogenic and unhealthy to live in, knowing for sure that they have access to the education program foundations and it's an education program that they agree with for their kids, and that they can be hands-on with that education program if they're interested in it. These kinds of things. This is what One Community is all about. This is how we're developing global sustainability systems, and this is what the teacher demonstration model is about, is creating a foundation, open sourcing and free sharing it so people can see exactly how that foundation was created, all the different components and what goes into those, and so they can modify and adapt whichever of those they may want to change. And then setting out in the world is a powerful engine for change that people can access anywhere in the world with internet access, and be able to replicate what we're doing through printed materials, digital materials, multimedia materials. The idea being that we have a website that can be PDF'd, as well as video tutorials walking people through the complete process, teaching everyone exactly how much is it going to cost, how long is it going to take, and what can you expect when it's done. And if you want to change something that we're doing, how do you do that? Like, how do you change it? Like, how is it modifiable? How is it adaptable? How do you actually change it if you want to, because you have totally different goals, different values, whatever it is. And this is our path for self-replication. Teach people how to do this, work with those that are willing to open source and free share their adaptations, modifications, and iterations and changes, evolutions, so that we have more and more different versions that people can choose from, continue to open source that, creating a bigger and bigger foundation and suite of solutions that people have access to, and continue this process until we achieve the tipping point, the critical mass of participation such that we can say that we've achieved a sustainable civilization, which with a self-replicating model like this, and you can read about this on our overview page, can be done within one generation. So this is what One Community is about. Everybody's invited to participate. If you'd like to help, visit our helping page. If you would like to donate, that certainly makes a big difference. We are a 100% volunteer, nonprofit, non-governmental organization. I'm a volunteer as well, so every dollar makes a difference. Thank you for that. If you like the easiest way to help us out, like, subscribe. If you like what we're sharing, if you like the idea of global sustainability and making a world that creates for everyone, hit that like button, subscribe to us here, join us on social media. We're on all the different social media platforms to make it as easy as possible. LinkedIn, Tumblr, Reddit, you name it, all of them. Join us wherever works best for you. Help us share our information and get it out there. If you'd like to see exactly what our all-volunteer team has accomplished within the last week, you can visit our blog. Our written blog has a weekly chart and breakdown of what every volunteer on our team has done going back for over a decade, sharing week by week how we are open sourcing and creating and developing these global sustainability systems and what is going into them. And yeah, this is what we're doing. And everybody's invited to participate because we see a world that works for everyone within one generation, and we are creating a foundation to create that through open source blueprints that are easy enough, affordable enough, and designing communities that are attractive enough to become self-replicating. So this is where we're up to. Stick around for another couple minutes if you'd like to help out our algorithm and see bullet points on all the major components of our project. And until next week, we will, of course, keep on keeping on. Thanks for following our progress.
The one community approach to highest good housing is eco-artistic home building that is affordable, sustainable, do-it-yourself duplicable, resource and space efficient, and consists of 7 different sustainably constructed village models. One Community is also creating an open-source duplicable city center. It is designed to be LEED Platinum certified, provide 12 guest rooms, dining for over 150 people, and laundry and recreation space for over 300 people, all while saving money, time, space, and resources. One Community's approach to highest good food is duplicable almost anywhere, scalable for different needs, more biodiverse and nutritious, part of forwarding a global open-source botanical garden collaborative, and includes 9 different free, shared, and duplicable growing environments. One Community's approach to highest good education is designed for all age groups, adaptable to any schooling environment, inspiring and fun for all participants, includes national standards, all subjects, lesson plans, teaching strategies, learning strategies and tools, classroom design, and more. The One Community approach to highest good society is globally focused, individually enriching, cooperative and collaborative, includes a highest good network and application, 4 different economic models, and combines fulfilled living and true earth stewardship for the benefit of all people and all life on this planet.